Ah,
Hi.
hello. Welcome to Bold Brave Women Conversations. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to bring you the conversation today. This is the essence of my show. My name is Mai Vu. I am an international master coach. I work with women to help them rebuild their life. Uh, if you're dating, I help you create the awesome relationship that you've been longing for. And if you're trying to save your marriage, I can help you save your marriage. If I had someone like me when I was going through it, my marriage probably would not have broken apart. So today, I am delighted to have with me Teresa Echaide. No, E-
Echaide.
Echaide. I practice Echaide. I love the ring of that. And I had put out a message on Instagram to ask anyone who would like to be on my show to talk about your bold and brave journey, please join me. And the calling for this show is not to feature another, wow, look at what I did, look at how great I am, and look at what I have to sell you and all this stuff. I'm tired of those shows. I want to create a real life conversation where we are capturing the journey of all of us women going through life, whether it's at this bottom, at this height, whatever, wherever you are in the echelons of society, there's boldness and bravery in there. And I have been there where I was jobless. I was looking at, oh my God, 2 months of rent and I'm going to be out in the street. Where am I going to go with my daughter? Holy guacamole. So I have been through moments like that. And I was like, how do I talk about this? Because I know I'm not the only one in that mess, as I consider that. And the going through the mess and then the digging out and the surviving and the thriving all takes so much bravery and courage and boldness to go. This is why I am so passionate about creating a forum for us bold and brave women to gather, share stories, and love and support each other. Because the one thing that bold and brave women don't have enough is enough support. So that's why we're here. So we have with us Teresa, and she saw my ad, my invitation, and she responded. So tell me why you wanted to come on the show and what is it that you want to share?
Well, first of all, thank you for putting that out there. And uh, I responded because I've been going through a really challenging time, and I think it's important to share our stories because I'm not the only one. And just to voice that, right? A lot of times could be a little bit of a shame sharing with family or just the nagging, like, of what you're going through. I know sometimes they
Mm.
mean well, but sometimes it can be overwhelming and kind of like shuts you down. So just kind of sharing that, and I'm all about empowering each other. So thank you. That's why I responded.
That's so brave. That's so brave. So what have you been going through, honey?
So, like I mentioned, I had moved to from the Bay Area to Texas to have a easier life, let's say, because the Bay Area is so expensive, and a single mom with my son, and moved there 2019. But then my soul wasn't happy. My soul belongs here in the redwoods in Yosemite, and
Oh.
the weather was like not my cup of tea. I thought it was gonna be only like 3 months of heat. I can handle it, not the whole time. And yeah, so we had made the decision to return to California, but not the Bay Area. So early January 2020, I already decided pull the house on sale. I was working for the city. I put in my notice, all of that things aligned. I had um
Just so we get this straight, just the fact that you decided to move from California to Texas, that in itself is more than brave enough. I mean, like that could be the thing for the decade. You could
yeah,
like just accomplish that and rest right there. But no, you got there and you're like, ah, crap, this is just not it. We can't find it. We have to go back. And then to decide to go back. to go back on your decision, to go back on your big move, and the thing that you have to 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 overcome in your head, right? In order to look at your decision and go back. That
Yeah.
in itself is bold and brave. And that's what happened.
Yeah, so I did get that a lot from people. It's like, man, you're brave to move by yourself, and then also brave to like realize it's not for me and get back or get out of there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So all that was aligned. I was gonna take my gap year summer of going. I grew up in Spain, so I was gonna go visit my dad, my sister for the summer. I was gonna take, 2 months off. My son was gonna,
Yeah.
let him finish school. He can come here with his dad for the summer. I was gonna go have my fun, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
I'd already quit my job. I put my notice like a week before everything got really bad, and my house was already for sale as well. And my son had flown to California for spring break to visit his dad, and then COVID hit, and
Yeah.
oh my God, it's just like one of the hardest things was I got separated from my son, so we didn't see each other for 3 months because I wasn't gonna fly him back. Uh,
Wow.
I couldn't leave. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really a lot of unknowns at that time, and yeah, and for him, home is with mom, so it was kind of a lot of difficult phone
And how
conversations.
old is your son?
He just turned 18 last month, so yeah, um, yeah,
Okay. So he
yeah,
was like 16, 17,
17.
18
He was 17,
ish. Yeah.
and so yeah, and going through something like that, it was just really difficult not to be present with him. And also the other thing that came not only with the coronavirus, it was my ex-husband is African American, so my son is half black. To see the whole thing of George Floyd happening and just explaining these things, over the phone, it was just not, it was just like, oh, heartbreaking, and so yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I was stuck there, and then things kind of started moving. Finally, sold the house. Had to pack it all by myself, like and all that stuff. It was like, oh, I'm exhausted. Of course, all the plans out the window. Not going to see my sister and my niece that was under a year, and just really disappointed. I was gonna do a lot of healing work with my dad in Spain, and
Mm.
my
Yeah.
mom had passed away when I was 19, so there's a lot of memories in the house and things
Yeah.
that to go through, and so none of that happened. And then I drove like around mid-June. I drove my car full all the way across to California. I felt like I was escaping something. It felt
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, the country is uprooted by civil unrest and all these things. Just kind of like a little bit of like, I gotta go. And
Yeah.
so that was a journey in itself. And then I got here, and my initial plan before the COVID, I was like, okay, I'll take this summer off, and then I can start applying for jobs. I've been doing an administrative assistant for 24 years in high tech. I'm like, take a month or so to get a job. Easy, right? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. Uh,
Oh.
here we are, what, end of April, still haven't manifested a job. But thank you for our talk last week. You say, I hope you get something. There's a couple of offers coming this week, so I see the
Oh
light.
my God, that's so great.
I see the light,
Yes.
the
I
tunnel.
have to say that there is something very magical. Well, on my Facebook bio, I do say I'm a magic maker. Yeah, because I do make magic happen for myself and with other women. And what I have learned over the years is never to be in silence, never to keep things to yourself. Always open up. That is part of making magic happen. You just never know. That person that you're speaking to may not be able to help you, but your words echo out into the universe. And then you never know what comes in. And when you speak, you allow, oh, there's one caveat. You want to speak to people that will uplift you. You don't
Mhm.
want to speak to people that will bring you down further, because if you do, then you're going to be in a hole and stuck in there and feeling sorry for yourself. That is not going to generate magic for you. But when you speak to people that uplift you, when you have a purpose, when you give a purpose to yourself, to what you're doing, whether looking for a job or trying to raise your kid or surviving houselessness or whatever, when you give voice to it, give power to it, you draw power, you draw change, you draw amazing transformation, you draw magic to you. So I'm so excited to hear that. Two offers coming in this week. Ah,
Yes, yes. So I know when you said that, I said, may the universe hear you loud and clear and make it happen, you know? So, so it's great.
yes.
But yeah, like how you said, that's why a lot of the hard part for me was like I said, people have good intentions, but they tell me what to do. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Like when I was searching for a job, oh, have you tried this? Have you done this? Have you done that? Or like all this, I'm like, I am doing that. What I mean, what part don't you get that I'm not getting any calls for interviews? That's not on me. I am doing the work, you know. So that kind
Yeah.
of made me pull back from a lot of people because I don't need that negativity or that, I want uplifting and positivity,
Yeah.
it's like it's not my first rodeo. I know what I'm doing, and unsolicited advice is not very welcome at all, and so those are the
Oh, that's such a powerful thing. So let's make a point from what you just said there. There's something when someone is going through something rough or bold and brave, we should call it. When somebody is going through their bold and brave journey, it's really scary to watch. It really is. And it's really scary to trust that they're going to be okay, that they'll come out on the other side. But they always do. They always do. Unless we abandon them and they're completely isolated by themselves and something is terribly wrong. But most of the time, people will come out beautifully. So how do we be good supporters for each other, right? So what would you have wanted from these people that you were so turned off by what they said to you? What would you have wanted instead?
so like the people I have by my side just cheering me on. It's like, I know it's tough, but I know it's coming, it's coming for you, and not telling me what to do, just being supportive, or even
Yeah.
of help,
Yeah, yeah.
tell me what to
I
do.
that's what I wanted when I was going through my bold brave journey. I wanted support and I wanted like just give me $100. Give me $100 to
Oh,
lift my
just
spirit so I can feel a little abundance so I can buy my daughter something. Being a single mom, it's like in those moments a little money goes a long way, and it's just so it gives us so much hope, right? Don't say stupid things like have you tried this, have you tried that, why did you this and why did maybe you shouldn't have done that. Shut up, we don't want any of that.
I
We
it
just
all.
want love. We
And even some of the things like, I'm referring to like older family members. It's like, you should have never moved to Texas. See, blah, 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 blah. Like kind of like reprimanding me about, I'm like, well, okay,
Yeah.
you'll talk to you anytime soon. I don't need these, I'm like, at least I had the balls to do something. Other people say they're gonna do it. I did it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The people who are in my inner circle are the ones who offer, you can stay with me for a few days or whatever you need. Yes, you can have your
That's
meal.
exactly what we need.
Yeah, yes, you can have
Yeah,
your
take us in, give us a lovely bath, like give us even a spa day, or give us a weekend
a day.
somewhere or in your place, or
Yes,
take care of us for, allowing us a place to stay. That's like so meaningful instead of just standing there and give cheap, unwanted, lousy advice. No.
and really, that was a big wake up call, because the people who have the most are more able to are the ones who did not offer or help. The people who are the most humble, the
In
loving and caring, they made
Yeah.
it happen for me. So
Yeah, they don't have a lot to give, right? Yeah.
hmm
That's not always true, but I do know that there's a lot of truth to what you just said there. In Vietnamese, there's a saying that I just love. Well, it's a saying, and then there's a different verse to it. So the original saying is "lá lành uh, I forget the word, lalande. That means a whole leaf is covering the ripped up leaf.
Oh,
But
okay.
in reality, what you just said is really more like the rip up leaf is wrapping around the torn apart leaf, and that's usually how uh, a lot of that is true. I can't say that that's 100% true because I have had friends who have wealth and have money who are have been very generous to me, and I myself have been very generous when I don't have anything. Like I remember there was a phase where actually I was like, "Ding, ding, ding." Okay. When my marriage broke apart and I was divorced, and I lived in a studio apartment. It's like 600 square foot or maybe 500 square foot studio apartment with my daughter. And my friend introduced to me out of the blue, she introduced me this woman who was running away from her boyfriend who had chased her around the country. He was a narcissist and he took her son away from her and sue her and just chase her around and just like she was so stressed out from it. She lost her hair, her throat, she had thyroid issues, her throat was out this big and she was living in a car. And I just thought, uh, you can't live in your car. You so I at that time had a big king size bed and a studio apartment with my daughter. I invited her in to live with us. During the day she would camp out on the back balcony. It was a lovely little apartment. And then at night she would crawl into bed with us and we eat together if she feel like eating. If not, she eat her own food. But we lived together for 9 months.
Mm.
Yeah. And then my other friend who was divorcing her husband at that time, she grabbed her two kids and came and lived with us in our apartment for 6 months. It was just like we just kept going. So, the torn leaf is covering uh, the ripped up leaves.
Yes, yes. Yes, so it's been a journey, and I'm staying here with some friends in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and I've been here for the last few months, and this has been okay, a little settling, and I'm able to stay here with my son, and I just have that family and support environment, and that's been
Yeah.
able to allow me to focus more on applying for the jobs because before it was like, okay, well, was doing Airbnb or
Yeah.
moving here and there, and it was like packing up every so often that it was cool to explore some things, and but then it was also exhausting, like, and I'm like, I miss my bed, I'm not little things like that,
Yeah.
and also to focus on
Yeah.
the job. So yeah, the challenge has been, like I said, the job search, and also to the point, like, people, oh well, it's because COVID. And not really. If I'm applying to so many jobs, COVID only has a certain, maybe in 2020, but if I've applied to over 400 jobs, don't tell me it's because of
Oh my
COVID.
gosh.
Yes, exactly. And high tech, zero calls. I have 24 years of working on high tech for big companies, a college degree, and I have received zero calls for even an interview or a chance. That speaks volumes to me. So
Wow.
it's not,
How
yeah.
do you keep going? How do you face all those rejections and disappointment and keep going?
Well, sometimes it's crying, crying it out, kicking and screaming, and like, all right, let's keep on going. But part of me is like, I've been strong and independent for a while. It's not the first time that I face a huge challenge in my life or a setback. I think I've been through worse, through like my mom's
Yeah.
death, marriages, and my son's health. And, it's
Mm.
just, well, I have no other choice. I mean, nobody's going to come rescue me. I've never had that. I've always had to, like, okay, well,
Oh,
you know, you
yeah.
have to keep on going. And I have a wonderful son that is very, he goes with the flow. He's very supportive, and like I said, it's like, oh, okay, once we get our home, we'll be looking back and saying, "Whoo, we survived that."
Not
So
just survive, but thrive from that. You came out of it gloriously, right?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's like I'm not. I do, there's. I don't have days that I don't want to get out of bed. I do want to get out of bed and go into nature. Nature is like my meditation, my temples. There are
Yeah.
days that I don't feel like doing anything on the computer, like applying for a job, because I get so many rejections that I just want to break. I want to break from that.
Yeah.
Will take,
Yeah.
a few days off of just not submitting anything, or because I already did so many, and I'm just kind of
Yeah.
to the like, I will go to like, well, why even bother, right? uh I've been
Yeah.
submitting so many.
Yeah.
It's like, why even bother? I just want to go be happy and go hike in the redwoods and go to the beach, go see the ocean and be happy. Just be.
Well, excuse me, ma'am, but that is another very important key ingredient to magic making. I didn't know that happened. This conversation is about how do you make magic happen. So, um, while you're unemployed, houseless, jobless, whatever list that you're going through, you have to feed your soul. You have to feed your soul with what is most important to you. If nature is your thing, please go be in nature. If uh, pottery is your thing, please work on pottery. If music, if dancing, whatever, you have to fill your soul up with those things in order to create the shift that you need to create to make that transition happen faster, right? If you don't and you deplete yourself, if you had to stay in Texas because that is the sound and reasonable thing to do, that is responsible because that way you don't have to waste more money moving back and forth. You don't have to be precarious and blah blah blah. At least you're there, you stay, whatever the noise in here is, the logical. Be careful of logical noise in your head, because you end up being stuck there a lot longer, or end up settling for that situation that is not right for you. I see you. I love it. I see the the right ingredients for you in how you approach it. It's like, okay, this is not right. Let's go back. Okay, we're on our way back, and now COVID happened. Well, let's just work with that and keep going and keep going and keep asking for help and keep talking about it. Keep allowing the universe to come in and help you make the transition, because this is not a failure of Teresa making the wrong move to move to Texas. This is not that. This is Teresa changing her life, transforming. You're in that butterfly cocooning thing right now so that she can become the caterpillar is becoming a butterfly. And so we have to trust that process and support it, like nurture it, protect it, support you so that you can finish the process and come out and becoming who you're meant to be.
Yeah, and that's like what I mentioned to you. I see it as an initiation, like when you, uh a lot of people say midlife crisis or whatnot. It's not a crisis. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, but to me it's an initiation. It's something new is emerging out of these, for me and my son. Now he's 18, an adult, and he's graduating from high school, so it's a new beginnings for us in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
So yeah, and
yeah,
one thing that I kind of correlated to this, not that, because this is women, bold, brave women. Actually, when I was in Texas, I pay attention to everything in the universe, the planets, where they are, the moon, the numbers, all of that. So last year, when the offer that I got for the house, it came on Mother's Day, and I was like, oh, my mom from my
yeah,
is helping me. Thank you.
yeah,
Then and then the day that I signed the papers and everything, it was the day of her passing, actually, on June 9th. And then I made it here, California, on June 12th, which was the day of her birthday. So it was all, my mom was like, I was like feeling that energy. And that was like, like, thank you for that support. And now this year again, I
yeah,
feel my so the day that I had an offer come in on Friday, it was my sister's birthday. So that was a big day for my mom. And then my birthday is this Friday, and I having more things coming up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna manifest this job again for like Mother's Day and my birthday and all these like wonderful like support that I'm getting from
yeah.
beyond. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mama.
Yes, yes. So that's
I,
that.
I So what I'm hearing there is another key ingredient is to know that and to trust that you are supported beyond this realm, right? It's like to continue to believe it, to call on the spirit for help, to call on all the highest beings for help. You don't have to be alone in this world. Bold brave woman on this planet, and there are a lot of bold brave spirit that has passed on that can understand us and want to come in and help us with their magical powers. So you don't have to be alone in the world.
Yes, and that's what keeps me grounded and rooted, even no matter where I'm at, is nature and my spiritual practice. So one of the things that I've been grateful to have had this time of, houseless and jobless, I've been doing a lot of spiritual healing with different teachers, a lot of reading, a lot of now that everything is on Zoom, I've been like zooming on, and I've been very productive.
Consuming. Yeah.
Been very productive on my spiritual path, and this is one of them, something that fills my soul and
Yeah.
uplifts me, being with people who are on that realm of a spirituality, who are here for for the purpose of helping each other out, even if we don't know each other, and it's just the soul work that we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. You remind me of another thing that is so important as this is like a big wah reminder for everyone. The transition period that we go through, the time where you're jobless, you're houseless, you're loveless, whatever, is very short. It's very short. That I and most of us think that it's going to drag on forever. That's the fear is, oh my God, we'll never get it. Or why isn't it here yet? It's forever, but it's not. It's very short. So this is actually the time for yourself. You're not pulled by a job. You're not owned by a company. You're not owned by something else. You're not even owned by a love, like a partner. Because when you're with a partner, you're no longer focusing on yourself. You're focusing on him or on us. And what are we gonna do? What do you want to do? Oh, hey, honey, here I'm here,
Yeah.
and this is the time that it's all for you. So enjoy it. Get in touch with your spirituality, deepen your spiritual connection, go out with the trees, do amazing things to feed your soul and build that strong core so that you can access your higher power, your grace, your beauty. You read my book, right? Yes,
Yes, yes, yes,
yes,
that's
that's how we met each other. Was that you volunteered to read my book when I was before
for
publishing it? Ah, yes, and then
yeah,
you saw me at one of my talk too,
yes,
right?
yes,
In
yes.
Palo Alto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So in my work, I use those three concepts: the peasant, the princess, and the priestess. That's our three triumvirate. Like when we integrate those three women together inside us, we become stronger, more integrated, and we can create everything. And you're not alone in the world. And so when your peasant is going through this bold and brave journey, it's tough on her. It really is. And when you get in touch with the trees and the love, you're in touch with your princess grace that comes in and wrap her up and love her, and so that she can calm down, so that she can hear what your priestess, your powerful woman, has to say, what to do next, who are you becoming, this is where you're going, you know don't settle for less, go this way. Even though right now the transition may seem scary or alone or whatever, you're not alone when you are in touch with your three P's. I call them the peasant, the
Yeah,
princess, and the priestess. Just a
yeah,
reminder, just because we had
yeah.
that connection.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, for me, it's been focusing on the love. Of course, there's underlying fear. You can use fear to propel you to the next things,
Yep.
but in coronavirus times, there's been a lot of fear, and but I've looked at, I'm safe, and I what I do is out in nature. It doesn't put anybody in any harm's way or anything like that, and that's what kept me going, despite all the lockdowns and everything, being able to have that, feel that love and that connection to the more than human world, because the human world was very very dense and very dark at sometimes. So and I think that's
Yeah, confused. We're just
yeah, and I think that's part of my soul's work too, so once I get settled, will be, I like to be a mentor, eco spiritual mentor to others, and have that reconnection to nature, which is like our mama, our big mama, Pachamama, that holds us, always, and we're all her children. So just kind of have that faith and that hope that we're making it through. So yeah.
Oh, baby. I hope that this conversation is the launch of your work, that you actually don't wait until one day when I am settled, then I do that. It's like, no, actually, it's today.
Yeah.
Like what stopped you from making a little sign and said, hey, let's do a, a COVID walk, a safe walk through the woods, reconnect it with your soul, because it's right there, baby. You are the guide. Anyone with your story who can find the groundedness to walk through the woods with others and allowing them to talk and be connected and be loved by nature and by you. That's it. You got all the ingredients with you. You don't have to wait. Today
Yeah.
is the day,
Yeah. Well, so
as
far
Dr. Seuss would say.
that's what I'm doing on Instagram. That's all I'm posting. Hey, here's nature. Come check it out, and enjoy it and appreciate it, and come from a place of appreciation. Yes.
No, no, not just here's nature. Come and see. Come and walk nature with me,
Mhm.
Teresa, and I will help you get grounded and make sense out of what you're going through. OMFG. You know what the F stand for,
Yeah.
right? All right, enough for today. Thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your journey and the inspiration and the real meaning. Like, I have been asking myself the question, what is Teresa going through? What is happening with her? And now I get it. Actually, honey, the universe brought you back from Texas, put you in Santa Cruz, put you back in the trees, exactly where you belong, and it's inviting you to do your work instead of hiding behind tech, behind stuff. When the doors are closed, that means you're not supposed to go there. You're supposed to go here. So I challenge you, and if you need support, let me know. But I challenge you to host your first walk. Just start hosting it. It will bring magic and miracle to you. And I also have someone else I can connect with you, Nicole Higginen, who built her new life from starting. What is it that she called? Walk. Well, I can't think of her name, but the name of her thing, but she created walking program with people, and it grew and grew and grew, and it brought her to amazing places, and now she lives in Hawaii and all that stuff. So if you don't know her, I will introduce you to her. She used to be my assistant, my executive assistant.
Ooh,
And she became my client, and there's a great love there, and we're allies and friends, and amazing confidence. So yes, I will connect you with her on Facebook, and invite you to do your work, not wait.
yeah. Yeah.
I see you. Okay.
Yes, thank you for having
And
me.
let's just say that thank you to everyone for listening and watching. I am broadcasting everywhere, so you can find me on Spotify podcasts, or on YouTube, or in our private Bold Brave Women here, and on my Facebook wall. So you can find us, and if you are a bold and brave woman going through a bold and brave journey, please join my group. Let me give you the thing. Please join my bold and brave. I haven't changed this. I do two 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 podcasts. So there's the LNGC, which is the late night girl chat, where we talk about sex, love, and relationship, and then there's the Bold Brave community on Facebook, where where we support each other and support you and support each other in our Bold Brave journey. So join us and enjoy. I can't seem to make this edit while I'm online. So, bold brave woman, on Facebook in our private community where you can hang out with Teresa, me, and so many other bold brave women that I'm featuring every day, so that you guys can meet each other and get to know and understand and honor your own bold and brave journey. Any last word from you, my love?
Thank you so much. Much gratitude for having this opportunity to share. And I hope it helps someone to feel uplifted and that you're not alone. And yeah, looking forward to new beginnings. Thank you.
You are so welcome, and thank you for that blessing. And good luck with your job. And please start hosting your walk circle, your walk path, so that you step into your spiritual work.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Namaste. Bye, everyone.
Hey, bye.